Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's the 14th of December 2023 and it's a scathing hot day today. It's very humid. My hair's even turned curly, which is ironic. My mother used to force me to spend a lot of money on perms as a teenager, even up into my early 30s. And I had such dead straight hair, and now my hair kind of gets a little bit of a wave. Even my dream was always to have ringlets like the little girl in Little House on the Prairie. I'm even starting to get slight ringlets. So it's cute and adorable, but it's weird because I'm an old lady now and I don't need ringlets now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. If you manifest something for long enough, it eventually happens, sometimes in a half-assed way, like my love life, babies, my love life. But anyway, I'm about to manifest that into full force, femme fatale force, because I'm feeling a little bit excited by life at long last. And why should I be stymied by people who don't know what they're doing, can't make up their mind? No. I tamped down my sexuality for a decade over fucking misfits, so why should I miss out on my full, joyous, sensuous, even eventually sexual expression with the right man who treats me with honour and integrity and deep, abiding, loyal, faithful love? Because I'm not settling for anything less, babies. Even though I'm disappointed and a bit heartbroken, I'm not going to settle for any less. And life is going on beautifully, even though I need to wash my hair. Too sweaty and ooky and icky, and never mind. The hair washing will happen later. Pushing through the membrane of unrequited love, whilst fending off death with her halitosis, huffing at the base of my neck with aplomb, and the eternal dance of Kundalini rising, and good humour. That is the title from Even Date. Probably wrote that about a year or so ago, actually, judging by the fending off death trope. Well, when am I not fending off death? Ta-ta for now. Yes, death is very amused by me because she came and gave me a good stir up in recent months after Beauregard's death. I did say I wanted to join him, so be careful what you ask for, people. She stirred me up with, merging trucks ×2, and with another false feckless, love interest playing his game, which is actually for me the most life-threatening of all when I attract another. Well, I don't think this guy was an abuser, but the potential was starting to slide out from under me. And, for me, the most life-threatening thing of all is to have a false lover in my life that's playing me for a dick, because it's been done too many times. And the one prior to that, the dreadlock nitwit brought me to the brink of suicide with his callow viciousness. And like I say, it wasn't just his actions that brought me to that state. There was a lot going on that year, but he was very much a part of that. So I don't need another nut job on my hands or another cruel game player on my hands. I function better on my own anyway, always have done since early childhood. I've been surrounded since very, very early infancy by maniacs and liars, predators, con artists, you name it, I had them in my own family of origin. So Yes, I can be a bit reactive at times, and I will admit when I'm being reactive, but, you know, moving on, people. Moving on. Here's a picture of St. James cross spider. And I'm very bemused by the fact that I put out sincere prayers at 3 a.m. on the early hours of the 13th of December, and then literally, that was yesterday, people, literally later that day I had spirit throwing ex-lovers at me at red lights and singing songs to me that are triggering and reminiscent of my father, whose name was also David. So there was a little bit of a clue there I hadn't picked up on. And wanting me to resolve that ancient grief. Well, it's not really an ancient grief, but it's a long-held grief with that man. And I can't, because to resolve it, I would need a decent apology. And, you know, men of low caliber and who are malfeasant are incapable of that. So, and as I said to the current flame that's just left my life now, I'm not dragging the past into a new relationship. I want fresh, I want clean, I want clear. I want clear intentions. I want to know that I'm chosen and wanted. I want to be with someone heartfelt and genuine. I want open, honest communication that's courteous and loving and kind and respectful. I want. So, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Avon calling. Aaron's calling. No, I'm not calling them. I'm not begging for a man's love. Ever, ever, ever again. Because there was a time in my life when I was brought down to such debasement and humiliation by a man that I was begging like a dog, and I was kicked metaphorically and strangled instead. So you know who that one is. No, I will never beg a man for his love or for scraps of his love ever again. I'm worth way more than that, people. Even in my worst darkness and my lowest ebb, scrambling in the abyss, I'm still worth more than that. Anyway, I continue with my readings today, 14th of December 2022. I had a much happier day today, much less anxiety. I saw my psychiatrist. Beauregard was thrilled to see him again too. We have agreed that I will have my debrief face-to-face each alternate fortnight, unless I get sick, of course. After my debrief, Bobo led me quite determinedly up the street to Pet Barn. He knows he gets treats there, the little sneak. But I needed to buy him dog biscuits anyway. He was so cute with the guy at the counter, demanding his tribute. I took Bobo and Charlie, that should say 4. I took Bobo and Charlie for our usual jaunt around the block at 6 p.m. They really enjoy our walkies. Then I gave them their dinner and put Charlie to bed. The evening stretches ahead of me, but I am quite tired, so will relax on the couch in the wonderful luxury of the air-conditioned lounge. 14th of December 2021. My beautiful friend in America, Jan Attridge, who's one of my most wonderful, delightful and loyal Facebook friends. Can you see it? Oh yeah. sent me a meme. Pop-Tarts, Ouija, mystifying oracle. Pop-Tarts with little Ouija boards on them. Well, I laughed my ass off because I was raised as since early childhood, about the age of 5, with doing Ouija board with my parents. Ouija board shoved into my hands as a 5-year-old. Highly fucking irresponsible. Is it any wonder I'm haunted by ex-lovers at crossroads and red lights? And is it any wonder my love life never manifested into anything loving and pure and sincere and authentic and kind and noble and endearing and passionate and romantic and genuine? Fucking hell-ridden by demons that my parents brought through on the Ouija board to fuck my vibe. Is it any wonder that when I met Dave with his fucking so-so tattoos down his arm, I knew then, I thought, oh yes, my demon's called your demon and you're perfect for me, baby. Well, energetically we have some kind of fucking bond because I felt his energy as I was sitting at the lights yesterday. It washed over. As soon as I felt it, I went, oh my God, Dave's behind me. I mustn't look in the rear vision. I mustn't look in the rear vision mirror. I mustn't look. But as I said, like a horror movie, I kind of had to, and there he was. So, to you, Dave. But the thing that was astonishing is that although I know he never loved me in any real sense because he'd be with me otherwise, would not have played all those cruel, vicious games, but I can still feel the energy signature that comes with him. So whether it's my angels washing over me with this warm, loving, almost cloying, sticky, molasses-type, thick, sludgy feeling to protect me from him, or whether it's actually me picking up on his spirit and feeling my own love, because I don't believe that man was capable of loving me, but feeling that love energy just, yeah, maybe as a protective device. It's interesting that I still pick up on him though, after all these years and, 3 years without actual face-to-face conversation or contact. So it's very, 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 very peculiar. But, real loves choose you each and every day, each and every night. I mean, they might take mental health breaks for you for a few days at a time because you're too intense or they're going through their own stuff and they just need time out. But they still love you and they still choose you no matter what. And, that's what I'm holding out for, people. A man who chooses me, no matter what. Even if he has to take a week or two to recalibrate his spirit. Because sometimes I need a break from people too. Like, I get that. But, all this, oh, hope you find what you're looking for. How old are you? Fucking 12? Like, really? Anyway, I will find what I'm looking for because I'm not actually looking. You men, you come to mama, you come to me, you want something from me. It's never, ever altruistic reasons either. It's always gimme sex or gimme your words or gimme your energy or gimme. You never, not one of you has wanted to give me anything apart from your penis or fucking use me in some other way. Like, fuck off, seriously. I'm livid now when I think about it. I'm choosing to be livid in this moment. 5 minutes from now, I'll be all, oh, pick me. I'm so pathetic and weak. I need you. 5 minutes from then, fuck you, I don't need anyone. I'm still teetering in the balance between life and death, between love and hate, or worse, between your indifference and apathy and game playing. And it's probably going to be that way forever with my trauma issues. It's never going to change. So I'm destined to walk this life alone. Destined. And I'm okay with that. I just keep trying because I was lied to 30 years ago and prophesied that the one that will love me and be the right man for me will truly be the one, my Blessèd, my true love, is coming. And I bought into that illusion and fantasy. It's not real, people. It's a delusion. And actually inseminated in my brain by some fucking lying fucking fortune teller. Papa Legba's saying, no, Tanya. You asked to be shown who truly loves you, and who did we present to you outside opposite the cemetery? And I'm like, no, that man doesn't truly love me. All he can do is sit, look down his nose and be all condescending and fucking smug. That's not love, Papa Legba. And you, the ancient one, that ancient energy, the voodoo god, you know what real love behaves like, what real love feels like, what real love shows itself to the lover on the receiving end. You know, and I know it's all bullshit. Here we are. What Mama T? Oh, what Mama T? Is it just sleeping on your bed of roses? 2020. Socks. I was like drying rose petals. You can't see them, but he's actually lying on top of I had them laid out on that towel, and he just plonked himself straight down on it. Ah, Mr. Socks. 11:11 p.m. Make a wish. I had a lovely day today, including a lovely walk through the forest with Peter from Sapphire Street. And with Beauregard. It was nice to have company on our walk. Yeah, I don't see them anymore now. He's moved in with his missus, and I even miss Peter a bit, because he used to come and wind me up, something chronic, sometimes get me into a bit of a rage actually, because he was one of those that gets stimulated by me being angry. But we were friends, and he was a decent man really, just liked to wind me up occasionally. But I miss his little dog, little Koko. He used to always come and give me cuddles. And I miss having the interaction of him coming past with the little dog and me having cuddles with her and our little chats. And it's been very, very isolating, and I'm sad about it. But, you know, you've got to let people live their own psychedelic dreaming and live their best life. And if they've moved on, you know, drop me like a hot cake. There's nothing I can do about that, is it, darling? Another disappointment. Never mind. It rained intermittently, and Peter worried I will get sick. So he was a sweet friend, really. I said, oh no, rain does not make anyone sick in the subtropics, unless one is already sick. But I must admit, I laboured with my breathing on our way back from the Carnelian Street end of the forest. Huffing and puffing like old Lee Marvin and Paint Your Wagon. He must have been a chronic asthmatic too. Next time I get a mad idea to go walking in the rain, I must take my Ventolin before I leave the house. So Peter was right to worry about me. Anyway, it was still pleasant, although we both observed many broken off tree branches and a few toppled trees. The storms had not seemed that bad, but after weeks of incessant heat, the poor trees must have struggled with the sudden onset of so much rain. I came home and carried on with my hat boxes, then made myself a delicious dinner. I don't know why there's a hair lick there. I look like Alfalfa from that character in the 20s. Yeah, hair looks. Sorry, I made myself a delicious dinner. Apricot chicken drumsticks with potatoes and sweet potatoes and a Chinese wombok and noodle salad. Actually that sounds nice. I won't mind that for dinner tonight. Chinese womboks cost a lot of money now. It's insane how much food costs. So I'm probably not going to survive on this planet alone much longer. I kind of do need to be in a relationship with someone generous that's prepared to, you know, help put food on the table. But can't live in fairyland, people. Can't live in fairyland. Can't live in fairyland. Then more fiddling about with my hat boxes. I also watched Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, Contact Has Begun, which was fascinating. Why is my pussycat facing the wrong way? You got to face the right way, baby. You're giving everyone the arse. I have to rearrange those. They used to face front on. Me bloody owl. What's new, pussycat? Wow, 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 wow. Stephen Greer believes we all need to meditate more and communicate with ET in order to raise our collective consciousness and save our planet. I agree with him wholeheartedly. The problem is I was rather perturbed when I saw my first ghost, Black Douglas, back in 2018 and was still getting over the shock of a former lover who haunted me in 2016. So if I saw actual extra-dimensional conscious beings, I would probably freak out. Not because I think them in any way malevolent. We leave that negativity to the humanoids. Pardon me. But the high strangeness of it would probably scare me. Although they stated in the movie that all we need to do is remain pure of heart and intent and be curious and playful. Oh, sweet, innit? Yes, a bit like my love life. Treat these alien, demonic, hell-ridden entities with the consternation they deserve and remain pure of heart and intent, be curious and playful as we slap them on the ass and send them on their way. Oh, I'm starving for a real man who behaves like a real man, not creepy and sordid, but knows what he wants and knows he wants me and, you know, takes me out, treats me like a queen. Why not? Let's ask for all of it, darlings. All of it. I guess I will remain open to the possibility that I can communicate with higher intelligences if they chose to interact with me. I still have some intense telepathy with a former lover, so if I can do that, I can interact with beings that might actually have my back. The gods I often talk to and ask for blessings from are quite possibly these higher intelligences. I'm going to have to talk to that one a bit more because yesterday was astonishing. I'm still recalibrating my brain over it. It's not the first time it's happened like that, but it's a constant repeat. I ask for support to show me who really loves me. They throw that one in my face. But it's not possible that he loves me. It's absolutely impossible. After all the viciousness he did to me and all the cruelties, there's no love, and that is not love. So I don't know what the spirits are up to with that. I really don't. However, I am too focused. I'm in the middle of a video. We're not talking about this right now. However, I am too focused on completing my arty projects, but after that, I might turn my attention to more esoteric interventions. Yep, that's where we are at now, babies. And I wrote as a comment, I love this. Advice from Maria Sabina, Mexican healer and poet. I'm going to read it out to you. It's beautiful. It's not my writing. It's Maria Sabina. But I want to share it with you because I put it on my Facebook because it was so beautiful. I cherished these wonderful words. Heal yourself with the light of the sun and the rays of the moon, with the sound of the river and the waterfall, with the swaying of the sea and the fluttering of birds. Heal yourself with mint, neem, and eucalyptus. Sweeten with lavender, rosemary, and chamomile. Hug yourself with the cocoa bean and a hint of cinnamon. Put love in tea instead of sugar and drink it looking at the stars. Heal yourself with the kisses that the wind gives you and the hugs of the rain. Stand strong with your bare feet on the ground and with everything that comes from it. Be smarter every day by listening to your intuition, looking at the world with your forehead. Jump, dance, sing so that you live happier. Heal yourself with beautiful love and always remember, you are the medicine. Transform, act, receive, unleash your self. And I'm presuming this is Maria Sabina. My goddess, thank you for your wise words, your beautiful words. This weather is giving me the Tanya Berserker blues. The heat wave was arduous and intense, but this constant rain and wind is a drag too. We need desperately equilibrium. I need to dance and jive turkey my hide and push old griefs and lovesickness and the ghosts of former lovers who still come to taunt me out of my mind, body and spirit. Enough already. I have felt his energy for weeks, and the best he can do is flaunt another female in my face. Weak man. I must remain true to my gods and my inner warrior goddess. Let go of love for weak, inept, spiteful men. Now you know why he got the finger yesterday, right? Isn't it weird that he still pops up though? Every year. You can set a clock by him. That's almost commitment, babies. On a metaphysical level anyway. Why did this even happen in the first place? My Meduan blessed me for a happy, loyal, thriving relationship. Not that bloodless cur. And yet it is I who had to grow into my own self and womanly power in the past 7 years. When did I write that? 2000, I think we were on 2020. So it's the past 10 years now, still growing my heart back after the sickness and the travesty that I was put through. Had to fight back from illness, a suicide attempt, bad nerve pain in my teeth, the cholecystectomy from hell, and so many dead beloved pets. And now he cycles back to me on his 3 or 4 monthly orbit, dragging his obese, vapoured Stepford wives along as he is incapable of honesty or decency. It's almost hilarious, but my love is true and my light burns blue, deeper than 1,000 abysses and higher than the outer reaches of space. Here I am, stuck in the middle lands with nothing but my courage and integrity and bathos. And if you notice, unconsciously I'm cycling widdershins anti-clockwise, returning all that ugliness, putrescence and negativity and evil back to its original source. And that applies to the last one as well. Beautiful but strong, half crazy but also wise. Beloved but also scorned. Betrayed but also held precious by my true friends and family. Dichotomy amidst the besotony. One more thing I must fight back or defend from. May Odin, Thor, Freya, Adonai, Shekhinah, all the ancient primordial Elohim bless me with a life of equilibrium and bliss and the truest, deepest, most beautiful, loyal love. Even as I know, O Goddess, how I know, I must gift it to my own self. Blessed be the Holy One who sees my heart and loves me anyway. Here is a beautiful photograph of my, couldn't think for a moment of the word. Sorry, I'm immersed in the emotion from that reading, which is heartfelt and authentic and true. Please God, no more weak, inept, cowardly men. My heart can't take it. I'm only in this life now against my own will. And it's been against my own will for about a decade. Long before, even more than that, probably since I was 6 years old. So how old am I now? 58 years and 8 months. So 52 years and 8 months I've been alive, attempting to thrive, attempting to exist on this planet against my own fucking will, and the gods keep me here. And when I put heartfelt prayers out to them, like I did at 3 a.m. on the 13th of December, They smack me in the face literally like a 4x2 with nails in it, with ex-lovers who are sadistic and vapid and empty and cruel. I ask them to reveal to me who my true love is, and that's not it, babies. That's just a ghost from the past, a glitch in the matrix, an empty, foolish, game-playing, wiglet tool. My one true love is coming, and he's powerful and authentic and courageous and fucking values, cherishes and adores me. And when he comes, he will make all you other little lost boys look like vermin. And by the gods, you will have to stand. This is your curse, boys. Dave Charles got a taste of that over the years. You will have to stand back and witness me in full, glorious, truest, deepest in loveness with a beautiful, wonderful, decent, honouring man who has eyes only for me. You will have to witness that powerful love between us, and you will know at long last what you missed out on. Dogs! And maybe it won't happen until the next dimension, but your regret will be just as immense, because I deserved better than that. I deserved better than that. As my psychiatrist said to me yesterday, you respect yourself now, Tanya, and you deserve better than that. "10 years and 9 months now, still in 2020. Die alte Hexe," that's German for the old witch, has finally lost her grip on me. Also, lots of decluttering and shedding false friendships helped immensely. I only burnt the will dispute paperwork on 9th of October 2020 and already can feel the shifting and releasing and opening up to more love, more light, more happiness than ever before. Their spell is broken. And that's a comment on something I wrote in 2016. It has been 6 years and 9 months since my mother died. It has taken that long to finally find my bliss, my freedom, and to finally attempt to succeed at writing my book. I remember telling my former psychiatrist in December 2009 that I hoped to get my shit together. But within 3 months, my mother was dead. Then the great horcrux of a will, co-written by the surer Babylonian whores, threw me back into the abusive abyss. Almost 7 years to come out of the dank, dark, dementor dross and begin again, to rise and shine. It feels good to be free. Wild weather, reminiscent of my usual Wellington weather during my childhood, only the temperature is warmer. I had to bring all my washing in and hang the dresses and t-shirts over the bath. Towels spun out again in the washing machine. Nowhere to hang them inside, so we'll have to dry them under the house. Even so, it's marvellous to have rain again. My nerves were jangled for weeks with all that drought and interminable heat wave. It is such a release. The trees and garden are rejoicing too. 14th of December 2019. See file photo. What was the file photo? Oh yes, I showed you that beautiful spider. Now, scroll too far back now. I've got to get back to where we were. Where were we, babies? Where were we? Beginning the begin again. Right, here we go. The last time Crystal visited... Oh, my nose is so itchy all of a sudden. That's weird. About 8 weeks ago, we are currently estranged again. Yawn. She insisted that we leave some coffee berries which we were harvesting to make homemade coffee and gift to her friends. I do all the work and she benefits from it, right? Typical. So we left a few. I sound bitter, I know, but I'm just really immersed right now in this kind of moribund grief where I'm seeing things for how they really are, and I can't live in manic denial anymore. I can't pretend, I can't fake, I can't mollycoddle, I can't contain, I can't obfuscate, I can't lie to myself. It's been fucking shit cuntery for decades and I'm over it. Okay? I'm just done. So we left a few branches on the coffee tree full of berries as an offering to the fae and land spirits. And the reason why we're estranged, might remind you, this time round, she told me I was a liar about saying that I felt that I'm dying. And I never lie. I have felt like I've been dying for the last 5 fucking years. But intensely this year, after that ED department pointed the bone at me and told me to live my best life, there's nothing they could do. And the urologist looked at me in astonishment when I told her this, because she said it's easily fixed. So why was I left to flounder for the last 12 months specifically, but really the last 8 years, for something that's an easy fucking fix? To be tortured and left for dead. The bastards. So gratitude to my psychiatrist who fought for me to see this wonderful female urologist. And now I'm told I have to wait 3 months to get an appointment with her because she's fully booked until March. So that's not her fault. Not her fault. But it's another fucking disappointment that I have 3 more months of struggling with this untreated condition, getting more and more exhausted and more angry and more fierce and innovated and wild and breaking out of all my binds and all the atrocities imposed upon me by my own government and the medical system and the public system. Because I'm well aware they want me dead. Saves on the pension and the Housing Commission, doesn't it? Oh yes, they've wanted me dead for some time. But my enemy, Palaszczuk, resigned a few days ago. Did she not? Because I am always right when I call upon the wrath of God on the evil ones. It's not just me. I have supernal powers at my back defending and protecting me. So remember that the next time you hope that I crawl away and die. I'm wanted on this planet, as I said earlier, against my own will. They would not let me die. Many times. And trust me, I'm not always fucking thrilled about it either. I needed equilibrium, peace, shalom, and my truest, deepest love to be surrounding me at all times. morning, noon, night, for eternity. And it's coming at its appointed time. The right spirit, the right mortal or immortal, however that manifests, the right man is coming to me. So move along, motherfuckers. Nothing to see here with your trickster games. And the irony was, I knew it from the very beginning, didn't I? Go back to what I said when I was recovering. Well, I wasn't recovering, I was still sick with the COVID, when I sang Nothing Else Matters. And I said, this is for you, trickster motherfuckers. I will not die with my music inside me. And the reason being is, I will not die. I mean, my body will die. Everyone's body dies. But we are humans. We are spirits living human experiences, not the other way around. So nothing else matters, and energy never dies, and true love never lies. True love is eternal. We take it with us when we go. Ask David Davidson how that worked out for him, having to haunt my front door when he transitioned. And that one I saw yesterday seeping over me like a warm balm of sludgy treacle, seeping over me, covering my auric field. True love does not die. But while you play your stupid schoolboy, public school, prep boy, body bashing, stupid torturous games, you will never be in my life in any real way, because I'm done. And if that stimulates you and gives you an erection, not my monkey, not my circus. Sick fucking puppies is what they are. Sick, evil and depraved. I was not put on this earth to suffer fools like that. I did not come back from multiple life-death experiences to suffer fools like that. Lessons will be repeated until one of you gets off my fucking groove, or until I get off my own groove. Just saying. And I continue with my reading. So we left a few branches on the coffee tree full of berries as an offering to the Fae and land spirits. So ho-hum, this big beauty has moved into the web built by a much smaller St. Andrew's cross spider that spans between the coffee tree and the lime tree. I deliberately let him live in harmony, as spiders have their own work to do to maintain balance in the garden. We all have our own work to do to maintain balance in our garden, our world. So you've played your roles, so move along. Nothing to see here. Don't stand in the doorway, blocking my purview, stopping me from having the life that I always yearned for. Out of your pathetic envy and spite and cowardice. Just don't. If I don't know if the Fae are happy with their offerings, but this spider looks pretty healthy and content to me. And sometimes life is just about witnessing another living creature being healthy and contented and at peace. For that too is love, people. Last night I dreamed that a rather wily black and white kitten came into my life. It looked a bit like Mushu. Probably died because he'd run away. It probably was him saying goodbye to me. Like all my beloved ones, they have an urge to say goodbye to me when they pass over. But last night, Sophie, who was in the last stages of dying, asked to go outside. I let her go, knowing she needs her freedom, because freedom is my highest value, probably even more than love. I've sacrificed a lot to have my freedom, and it's cost me lovers. But those lovers weren't worthy of me if I had to sacrifice them. Weren't man enough for me, unfortunately, but true. But this morning she was not back, so has possibly gone away to die. I have mixed feelings about this, but if she has chosen to die in her time and place, then it is her choice, Sophie's choice. Arg. I was wondering why it's not getting cooler in here. Fucking left the door open. It's like, hello? So yes, I could have done with a loving man being supportive, because as you can see, I've got the Christmas vibe happening and I'm unraveling in front of your eyes on YouTube or wherever I post this. So, what can I say? It's my trauma issues, people. I was planning on taking her to be euthanized soon, as she has stopped eating and drinking for the past few days. She slept on the cool wooden floor under the bed. I would go and check on her and brought her lactose-free milk, which she did not drink, but she seemed quite content. 2 nights ago she jumped up on the dining chair beside me and kept me company as I embroidered my Japanese cloth with running stitches. I patted her head and told her she is a very good girl, and she smiled at me. She rarely wants company, so I knew it was her way of expressing her Sophie version of love. I will miss her. She was a very unusual spirit and very avoidant, but sweet. Socks also ran away a week ago. Penny hardly wants to be inside the house either. Some energy is literally driving my cats to want to be wild and outside. Probably just the excessive heat. Only the bird and dog are content to be in the house. That energy, it's probably when they installed the fucking smart meter, which I think killed all my cats and dog, by the way. And it's probably killing me too with the radiation. Let's be real here. It's just evil. But Charlie is outside in the garden in his outside cage, and Beauregard is lying at my feet. He is never far away from me. Like that liar that still haunts me yesterday at the lights. That's one of his things he used to say to me. I'm never far away from you, Tanya, implying that he actually cared and loved me. The fucking dog cunt liar. But now he has to eat his own words, because if I call upon the gods, ding, he's right behind me, not being far away from me. It's like a curse, isn't it? And that was not my intention. I was putting out for real, authentic, undying, honouring, loyal, faithful love. Not that one. Not that one. Shoving woman after woman after woman after woman in my face at every social outlet I went to. It was disgusting is what it was. "3:49 a.m. Memories, like the corners of my mind, misty, watercoloured memories of the way we were. I woke up and have reshared my memories. I always find little pearls of sweetness in amongst the dross and pathos, little miracles and unfurling of my clamped down, bitten down existence, even now, at 54 years old, growing new paradigms and potentialities of the Tanya. I am tired of the heat. So that must have been 2019 I wrote that. I am tired of the heat, of the long, slow, grinding torture that is unrequited love, of my pain and suffering, of aching bones and percolating, permeating, permissive heart, and my ever convulsed but authentic mind, and my soul who never quits, believing in new life and new beginnings, in her own becoming, and in the epic ass kicks and eyeball licks of her own personal guardian angels. Yesterday I thought about the strange and bizarre miracles that saved me from my homegrown monsters after falling out of that police academy bus, and the surreal way Lynn and I were guided to get information for that foul and evil will dispute. Then 3 years later, someone saving me from my suicide attempt. Then 10 months later, the haunting by the ghost, literally a ghost, of a former lover, that psychopath, homeopath. Now I am being asked to trust in love. Romantic, messy, game-playing, stoic, but feckless love. It's a huge ask. Too much for my heart and mind to handle. Really, truly. But my angels say, no, you have not ceased to love that man in 6 years, so there is a higher reason for it. The higher reason was I had to reclaim my feminine power and hold precious my feminine mystique, and not cast my pearl for a swine that only creeped me with his succubi. Ah, well, laughter in the spheres. I have prayed and danced and parlayed and pranced, and still alone in the night with only ridiculous musings and inevitable insomniac blues, love is here inside of me. No one can steal it, rape it, or supplant it. I built this love from turmoil and torment, from the void to the overflowing verdant, from trauma to bliss. So hurry up, little one more look at the one you tried to ruin with cavalier disdain. I see you shaking that ass. Dance for me. Stay true, stay loyal, sei gesund. Hold me in your arms, heart, loins. Dance me to the end of love. Bring me back into your love and light me up with your never failing, glorious esteem. Quit trawling the crash test dummies and vapid stinking strumpets, and some of them really did fucking stink, by the way. Putrid they were. It just makes you look rather sad, man. But alas, some people never change, will never be able to love me in a sublime or decent way. I must sit with this and patiently watch and wait. My star is rising. Somewhere, somehow, my true beloved is with me tonight and in a million tomorrows. Never fear, I am here in the eternal now, where all your trickster schoolboyish games just look rather silly. And I shared this meme from the Abnormal Society in 2016. Actually, no, it was posted in 2016. I shared it in 2019. Right. It was a memory, so I probably did originally post it in 2016. When the blood in your veins returns to the sea and the earth in your bones returns to the ground, perhaps then you will remember that this land does not belong to you. It is you who belongs to this land. December 14th, 2018. I shared a memory. It's a comment. I wrote, ha ha ha, sumptuous Mama T is still single, loving my life or what's left of it, smiley face. And it was in response to this that I posted in 2011. I had lunch in the city with my cousins today. We chatted for 2.5 hours. Then I went home for a schloof, totally exhausted, but a nice day. Now I'm looking forward to the weekend. Feel a romantic vibe coming on. Let's hope I meet someone yummy, lol. I met a lovely English guy last night on the net, but I don't do online relationships. However, he flattered me immensely by calling me sumptuous. I don't think I've ever been called that before, and I am 46, so wow. Only one thing. The adjective does sort of make me feel like I might be feasted upon. Lol, so a bit of a worry that, lol. Everyone just wants to be loved, cherished, and or at the very least held space for. We all want to be seen and heard and validated, but we allow our wounds to commingle with our own ability to heal, and we let our wounds create separation, fear, of abandonment. I do it too. So I must sit with my pain and my rage and my inability to succeed in the real world or find real love or monetary success. Although last night on a walk with Bobo, having just finished knitting Oberon, I was gifted with finding a $2 coin, which was amusing as I am so broke right now, but I tucked it in my purse with a smile as the Fae bless me and the gods bless me, and I am honoured, loved and respected by the ineffable and the invisible in a way that makes mere mortals quiver in their jocks, and I am grateful and humbled by these signs of love from the eternal. A slap on my shoulder, hand me a cigar and throw me back into the fray, like all freaks who have been marked by the Holy One for a preternatural life of trauma and becoming. I serve as an example of whom is running this show, and I suffer as much as I rejoice. Blessings from the underworld and the world to come. Make way for the nutter or get out of my way. I trifle with no fools. Only the gods know what I am, and only the gods truly comprehend my heart and mind. Glorious. So I had a weird but uplifting conversation with my lawnmower man yesterday, a weirdly psychic, spiritual man. Blame the summer heat, the estrus or testosterone, or his weird trickster gods. He tells me that a fuck is good for the body, mind and soul. We all need that release. He literally did that in front of my face. He is standing in front of me, the sun beating down on us, but his body language is not oppressive. I sense only his naked desire for connection, his naked lust. But it is a gift in a way, a recognition that I am female, worthy of being fucked. Still desirable, wanted. But I want more than to be temporally and temporarily filled. There is more to my void than the chasm inside my vulva. No one can fill it but me with love and joy and respect. So he delivers his spiel about the benefits of fucking, but his eyes are cast to the left as he knows. He is asking for it, and the inappropriateness and the vulnerability of his desire is rather quaint but disturbing. Hang on a sec. Where were we? It's done a little skip. Like a bolt of lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo, Galileo, Galileo. Here, we skip quite a bit, babies. Where was I? The vulnerability of his desire is rather quaint but disturbing. And it's done it again. You son of a bitch. You're being a son of a bitch, computer. So I move my face closer to his and track his eyeballs and in jest say, if you truly believe in what you are saying to me, you will look me right in the eyes. Why I order, I pretend to punch him out. Knock you out. It's done it again. Isn't it interesting, the timing of this? Knock you out, but it's all good fun, innit? I understand the need, the desire for the fuck. But what you truly desire is connection. And I myself am so over the frenetic, foibled fuckers that left by dawn, screaming into the naked dawn, yet still, after all these years, come to stalk me at the casino. He laughs, my weird lawn mowing friend, says, because they are like prowling dogs, they can't forget you, and they know what they missed out on, and it drives them mad, their failure to appreciate and cherish what they had. I laugh too. I think to myself that they are more like prairie dogs or Groundhog Day dogs or dogs from hell. Same shits, same scoundrels, same empty, lost boys. But instead, I kick my leg into the air and giggle and tell him, well, my friend, they had their moment in my scorching sunshine, burning bright in the depths of my cloaca, and a few even were blessed twice, but now they can just fry as I am done. You nutter, he says, but we both laugh, and I wonder sometimes why I am not fucking him, or anyone really. But I then remind him, I want more than to be a vessel. I hope you're paying attention, former love interests. I hope you're really fucking paying attention. I want more than to be a vessel of someone's lust, a compressed jelly donut. I want real love, and since I can't get it, I continue to rejoice in my own life and the dance. He tells me, not for the first time, that I need to change my attitude and work at not being so sensitive. So I nod and accept his truth, knowing that my attitude serves me well. My sensitivity, a highly attuned gift from the gods. Maybe I was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Men. I love them, but they don't really love me. They want me broken down, beaten down. A possession, an obsession. But when I offer my body, mind and soul, they run away. for easier, and let's face it, stinkier pickings. I just threw that little bit in, by the way. Or longer pockets, or emptier sockets, or younger, prettier models, or whatever the fuck. But they always come back for another voyeuristic purview. I tell him, my lawnmower man, that like my first and so far yet only tattoo, that I don't do things by halves. It's all or nothing. So when I fuck, it's all of me, wild, free, and tempestuous. He laughs, and never to be forgotten. Which is why I prefer celibacy rather than waste my time on idiots. Ever, ever again. I am still smouldering from the ghastly, epic, sloppy slippage that was, stingy old lemonade man. So he tells me he is going to Woodford Folk Festival, a tease, as he knows I can never afford to get there or anywhere. So I tell him he will have a great time, and I wish I could go just once before I die. So he tells me to save my money for a year, but he has no fricking idea that I can barely afford to pay for lawn mowing or other treats like getting my hair done. So fuck that, I think. I wish I could afford holidays or had a partner that could afford to take me on and was proud and happy to be seen with me in public, not hiding around parks with closed down cafes, by the way. And be a partner and be real. But wishes and fantasies are fodder for fools, and I live in my own reality. So I tell him I am trying very hard to not get homicidal, and we laugh again. This was the lawnmower man I eventually had to fire because he was so perniciously sleazy with me. I gave him a glass of water as I had to move out of the scarifying sun, and it truly is very, very hot, and perhaps my bile is rising as my spirit knows I am never going to make it in this life. And it won't be over till the fat lady sings, and I already sang it too many times. But they dragged me back and brought me back into this life. So I must keep on rocking and rolling my heart, my mind, my ancient song lines. A white, short, fat hobbit woman on sacred country. And be grateful for nothing and everything. And it was the spirits of this land who appeared to me when I was up at that filthy hospital with a PA, being abused by the nurse emotionally, told that he was going to put me in the psych ward because I was seeing the spirits, the Aboriginal spirits around their campfire that appeared to me, made it be known that I was going to be okay. And that filthy nurse lied and said the hospital was not built on Aboriginal land when there's a museum dedicated to it. Hello? and I was never crazy. I'm broken, and I'm damaged, and I'm reconfigured, and I'm kintsugied, and I have deep, deep trauma issues and complex PTSD from my prejudicial childhood and the constant stranglings that happened after I left my filthy marriage. But I am not, and have never been, and never will be, crazy. So when the gods and the ancestors that love me and the land spirits on this land and the Aboriginal spirits that belong to this land come to me and show me and heal me and show me their reality, I am not crazy. I am gifted and blessed and healed and loved. So all you men and former women friends who were vicious too, she of the stinking vagina, and all the myriad of others that thought you could come into my life and destroy me, you're coming up against something far, far bigger than you or me or any of us. Babies, never fuck with the Tanya. I have spoken. Not for the first or the last time do I need to remind you of this, you evil ones. For only the spirits can know why I am here or for how much longer. But come, 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 as we are, as we were, as friends, as lovers, as arschloch, unholy associates. As the dead are dancing and as joyous, revivified, former zombies as they always knew we could be. I can't hurry up. Time takes time. But oh God, it's sublime. I just had a lovely coffee with Terry. Thanks, Terry. Beauregard made friends with a woman's dog named Buddy, and they played like two happy puppies, which is highly unusual for Bobo. So it did my heart good to see them so happy. Tonight, Terry and I are going dancing. God knows I have to let off steam. It should be a good night as Zoophonic Blonde are playing, and that woman can actually sing. Woohoo! Can't remember the name of the singer, the lady in that band now. Was it Chrissy? Can't remember. When you live in truth, by truth, for truth, you gain a very undeserved reputation. People think you are a nutter, but those people don't matter as they use and can manipulate to control others, and they hate losing control. So they vilify the one woman who was kind even as their world collapsed, now several times. So I feel shocked and saddened by these superficial friends who used me as a weapon in their arguments. I am not a nutter, not in the way they think. I am brave, strong and beautiful, and I deserve true friends and a tribe that respects and cherishes me. Don't we all? So I have been accused by former lovers and former friends of being too emotional or highly sensitive. Like it's a shameful thing, but it's actually a superpower that has kept me safe and only keeps authentic friends and associates in my life. The rest can fuck off, n'est-ce pas? Psychopaths who try to control women love to pull the nutter card, because what better way to aggrandize themselves in others' eyes than to demonize the one person who was consistently authentic and who loves and respects herself enough to see through the bullshit. Even as he sat behind my car yesterday afternoon, 1:38 p.m. it was. Oh, the irony. Actually, no, it was 1:48 p.m. because I left at 1:38 p.m. Anyway. And you were deeply loved by me. Never ever forget that. There is a price that will be exacted for the viciousness you did towards me when I only ever sent you deep, powerful love, and by the way, healing. So now you drive around in the latest model Jeep the size of a fucking small house, being smug. You took and you took and you took. So enjoy your prosperity, because I know it leaves you cold and empty, like you were before and you will always be, for what you put me through. Cold and empty. And I told you in texts some months ago that I was glad to see you happy and dancing and joyous, and I am. I bear you no ill will, only the karma that you presented to me out of what? Insecurity, envy, weakness and spite. So you can drive around in someone's car, whether you bought it yourself, it's come from someone else's efforts, feeling smug, baby. And I drive around in my car that I fought hard for 2.5 years, that you and your cohorts were envious of, named the Ein Sof Or the Ein Sof. A chariot of God I drive around in, while you mocked and debased and derided me. The Tanya, daughter of the gods, saw through your bullshit long ago. But the soul signature I still recognize when you approach me, even though I didn't see you because you were from behind me. I had to check my rear vision mirror because I felt you still. That is my power of my love. So, goodbye and good luck. I have no time in my life for weak, invidious, evil men. I have a far, far greater mission on life, which is to heal myself and open up to the truest, deepest love that I'm still waiting to meet, by the way. Respects herself enough to see through the bullshit. So tonight we dance, we surround ourselves with light and real love, with courage to endure the gawping, spiteful, envious voyeurs, and with a great and profound joy. The joy of not just survival, but thrival. Not bad for a nutter. I cleave to my own integrity, beauty, power, which has never failed me in the darkest times and the brightest times. Okay, that last bit is a lie. It did fail me once. I am alive in spite of it. Such a waste of time and effort. But life keeps revealing true hearts and good, kind people, and I know who they are. The veil is lifted and the corpses that hide behind it stare blatantly into my face. But they can only wonder why I can only giggle when I see their true hearts beneath their mask. No accidents in the universe. Every moment, every breath is a lesson on this journey to wholeness, to becoming, to our own innate greatness. It's terrifying, but it's also fabulously wonderful. Everyone wants a ride, laughing my ass off. Mishugana, nutter, lunatic, berserker, drooling, psychotropic, zombie, fierce, warrior, goddess, survivor. I have been them all and overcome. Why? Insanity is a blessing. I am God. Words pronounced by my bored but channeling 10-year-old daughter at the markets 23 years ago. Words to live by. The funniest thing was when my mother once referred to me as a man, the son I always wanted. After I went into full battle mode to protect her, my kids, and myself, with a very big kitchen knife under my bed for several months after, 'cause nutters, or rather complex PTSD survivors, are determined to keep ourselves safe like that. It's what we do. Triumph over adversity, over abusers, over false friends, and I can add to that, lovers as well. No wonder I walk this earth alone by choice. I take away the breath of those who demonized me, but still obsessively come to stare at me at the place I go to dance. I laugh in the face of their inadequate, vicious attempts to control or destroy me. These men were mere amateurs when it comes to hurting women. I have subsumed them all. So here I am, nuts, formidable in it. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music attributed to Friedrich Nietzsche. Well, we know how he ended up. (2018). Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Hello, 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 hello. Nirvana smells like teen spirit. Fuck. I just discovered by her foul breath that Penny needs to see a vet ASAP. Her tooth or gum is infected. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Roll on pension day and more money gone. Poor old girl, getting old like me. I just got back from a walk with Bobo. It started to drizzle lightly with rain and I didn't mind at all. Finally some water from the heavens, but I did balk at the 3-metre long snake that looked like a diamond python on the corner of Topaz and Sapphire Street. It was lying on the grassy verge and just stayed stock still, soaking up the drizzly rain. And I was ever so grateful I saw him or her first, and that I was walking on the road, not the grassy footpath. I would have taken a photo, but for once I left my iPhone at home. He was a beautiful snake from a distance of 4 feet away. I was not inclined to get closer in case it was venomous, or decided to mesmerize me. Lol. They really do mesmerize you too. The little baby snake that was put in my hand had me in its thrall. It was a beautiful experience. I fell in love with that baby diamond python. It is rare that I see a snake even though I am close to the forest. I vaguely worry he might come back to my place to take a dip in one of the fish ponds. I will have to be careful next time I clean out the filters, as that cardamom bush is a perfect summer hiding place for a snake. Just plugging in, guys. Quite hungry. I'm going to have to make something to eat soon. Mama T is hungry. Mama T, the Tanya, the psychedelic dreamer, Miss 5, Dulcie. We're all hungry, babies. Jared will laugh his ass off when I mention Dulcie, because she only comes out usually in summer when one of us is moving house and I have to become the Ubermensch, the man that can do anything in a crisis and swills beer and swears. When I'm overcoping, you will see Dulcie come out. She's quite a woman. I love her. I love all of me, including my spirit protectors and guides. Even though it means I have to stay alone for the rest of my life, it is what it is. I'll start again. I will have to be careful next time I clean out the filters, as that cardamom bush is a perfect summer hiding place for a snake. More ridiculous Australian first world ancient rainbow serpent type problems. Oh well, snake person did not bite me or Beauregard, and we continued on our journey around the block. A leaf fell down in front of us and I jumped as my imagination decided it might be another snake lunging at me. But phew, it was just a very large leaf. The rain got ever so slightly heavier, so I am quite soaked, but it feels good on my heat-exhausted desiccated skin, the snake and I have a lot more in common. I am a snake in Chinese astrology too. A blessing from Thor after all, although he is withholding like certain men I know. Soon I will have to have a shower and glam up for another wild night of heathenish delights. Now my iPhone is playing up. It won't let me edit the typos on the last post. Oh well, at least it is still under warranty. I tried turning the iPhone on and off and even deleted Facebook and renewed it from the app stores, so it's not a software issue. Hopefully it's just a glitch that goes away. 14th of December 2017, 11:01 p.m, all's well, watching The Story of God with Morgan Freeman. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. Thinking about getting that tattooed on my inside of my arm. Thinking about it. I don't have money for tattoos. I only got this because, I got it heavily discounted because I was friends with the president of the clubhouse I used to hang out in for 8 months till that turned ugly. Not because of the president, he didn't know about it, but anyway. That's how I got my tattoo. Yes, I'm very proud of that actually. It was his suggestion too, the president's. He said, isn't it time you got your tattoo, Tanya? I said, how do you know I want a tattoo? They were doing intel on me, checking me out, which is kind of funny because I'm an open book. It's all here. It's all here. On social media, YouTube, Facebook, vocal media. I've got nothing to be ashamed of and nothing to hide from, babies. Strange encounter today. It explains all the signs lately, the 11s. It was very kind of him to make sure I got my first and only tattoo. Very kind of him. He must have been reading my my public posts to know that, because I hadn't told anyone there. Little penny drops coming to me after all these years of how much I was loved and valued by certain people who wanted me to prosper and have true love and happiness and peace. It's beautiful when you think about it. It's really beautiful. I actually feel like crying. But crying won't change anything, so I won't cry. I used to cry a lot up until about 10 years ago. I cried oceans. I cried rivers. I cried volcanic eruptions lifting islands up from the bottom of the sea. It's hard to get me to cry now. I miss crying. I really do kind of miss it. But too many people perceived it, including my own mother, by the way, perceived my tears as expressions of weakness. Little did they know the lackluster, low entity dogs, my tears, my emotions, my authenticity is my superpower and a gift from the gods. Never, ever, ever mistake my kindness for weakness, mofos. But they do, and they keep doing that. More fool them. My trickster God, toying with my emotions like a torture victim. But I rose above it, as I always do. True love is eternal. I shall not forget the cosmic kick and the reminder, sighs. So that was 14th of December 2017, and what I'm referring there to was yet again, I ran into Dave. And it happened in a very unusual way. And I'll explain it. I was driving down to Carindale Shopping Centre, and I was behind him. He was in his Jeep in front of me, and I hadn't even realised we were lined up waiting to go to the roundabout to turn into the car park, right? Well, I was turning into that car park. He kept going. He went somewhere around the back of Carindale because he was working at that time, unbeknownst to me, as Santa Claus in the Carindale Shopping Centre. And I kind of realised that after I saw him, what was he doing here in my area, and why is he in front of me? Why? And he would have, like I did yesterday, he would have looked back in his rear vision mirror and seen me and thought that I was following him somehow, which I didn't think he was following me yesterday. It's just a synchronicity, right? But at that time, he would have thought I was following him. And so he looks and freaks out, and I'm just keeping resting bitch face because it was so peculiar. Anyway, the road cleared. He drove on to go around the back, and I drove into that side car park underneath, that side of Carindale where I usually park. Got a big freaking pimple on my forehead. It's awful. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, so so I went and I did my shopping. I was actually yet again looking for Hanukkah candles, believe it or not. I think I did buy some. I think that was the last time, 2017, that they were available in Coles. So I'm pretty sure I did get to buy some. And I was feeling pretty pleased with that. And then I was thinking to myself, how odd that I should, be in my car behind Dave. And mind you, back in those days, I was still deeply in love with him. So it was painful seeing him. It was like being like toying, my trickster God toying with my emotions like a torture victim. But I rose above it. It was fucking painful. And I thought, well, the only way to resolve this is if I just go and have a coffee, chill the fuck out, actually observe what he's doing here out of, I admit, a bit of curiosity. Fuck it, he's stalked me for years at the casino, and it's not stalking if you're having a cup of coffee and you're not going anywhere near the man. I'm just minding my own business, right? So here's the weird thing that happened. And I still remember I was wearing a black skirt, knee-length skirt, and this like racing back tank top. It's a bit faded actually. It looked quite daggy. It's sort of something I used to wear just, around the garden, clean the house, like really nothing flash. And it was a stinking hot day like today. And so I'd driven down just to chase Hanukkah candles and got a few groceries, and I thought I'll go and have a coffee. So I sat at the coffee shop, not far away from where they have the Santa Claus house. I didn't go anywhere near him because I've got no interest in fucking Santa Claus, by the way. Fuck, there's a photo of me sitting on Father Christmas's lap, and I'm like, pretty sure Father Christmas had a slight erection, by the way. So I fucking hate that shit. I hate it with every fibre of my being, and have since I was a very small girl. But I'm thinking, please don't get me wrong, I don't think that Dave's a pedophile and that's why he's Santa Claus. Like, not all men are fucking perverts, just saying. But for me, it's a trigger, So anyway, here's the weird thing. I'm sitting there at the coffee shop, sitting on the edge facing in, but there was like this big kind of wall around, so I didn't think he would know I was there. And I'm observing a bit of like flustered behaviour because I observed him standing talking to the elves, and he's looking at the elves and talking to them, and they're all agitated and flustered, right? Watching the body language. Because I do that, I watch people's body language sometimes. Just, it's interesting to watch. And so I'm watching all this going down. I don't know what he said to them. He probably said, oh, my ex-lover's here and she's stalking me and she's out to get me. Whatever paranoia is in his brain, right? And I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, not fucking doing anything. I'm literally having a cup of cappuccino and a bit of cake, minding up my business. So the elves that were all teenage kids are all flustering. They all go back and they go into this little Santa's hut. And they all turned and looked at me. So he must have said something to them, because why would they be looking at me? They don't know me from Adam. I'm just some woman sitting having a coffee, right? So I watch all this shit go down. I'm thinking, oh, well, that's really interesting. Anyway, and he didn't have any kids lining up for him yet. So he literally stood up, like up higher on some kind of dais or something, so he could see me, and just stood and looked at me. Like this long, longing, searching look. So I, resting bitch face, stared back at him, as if to say, oh well, here we are. Never far away from me, but never intimately close ever again either, because you fucked me over too many times, wet chick. And so I waited till he was distracted and turned away, and I gathered up my stuff and I walked out. But it was a very strange encounter. And at that time, I was convinced that he still had some love for me, because that's why I wrote, true love is eternal. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. But the games and the viciousness kept happening, and eventually even I had to realise it was a powerful spiritual soul connection, but there was no real love on his part. Not then, not now, not ever. But my angels protect me by washing me over with this warmth whenever he's close by, to let me know, be on high alert, Tanya. It's crazy making, but it is what it is. Trigger warning, 2017. Painful, horrific stories of religious institutional abuses. And it was an article on the Sex Abuse Royal Commission, went to some dark places. Here's a snapshot. And my comment was, utterly horrific and bestial, all of it. I pray for and demand radical change so this evil, perverted shit never happens to another child. At Carindale, I managed to buy 2 packets of Hanukkah candles and Coles, one for next year. I have had a look around the shops. I went to Medicare to get a rebate on a doctor's visit. Thank God I still had that, as I needed the bit of cash. I bought some more cat food and toilet paper. Exciting. I am glad I managed to get the candles. Mama T, heathen creature, is still a Jew after all, in spite of all the shit that I was put through. Also very likely a symptom of my insanity, as any normal person would have become an atheist, or worse, a serial killer by now. And you'll notice I carefully avoided mentioning Dave Charles in that encounter, because I was still processing it. You've arrived on a very special night, the 3rd candle of Hanukkah, Hilda Aarons' birthday. I managed to flood my kitchen twice within the last hour, but the Tanya got his shit together enough to light the candles. Now smoking a cigar with satisfaction. Yes, Oh yes, on very rare occasions. My grandfather used to smoke big Cuban cigars, my father's father, at Christmas. And on very rare occasions you see me smoke. I'm not normally a smoker because my lungs are fucked, but I do very rarely smoke those little wee Willem cigars. They remind me of my neighbour Theo Hodemakers, who used to smoke them. And I like the taste of them actually. And I will on very rare occasions bum a cigarette from my friend Lynn. So if you ever see me smoking, it's an unusual event, and it usually means that I'm in my shamanic, disassociative kind of state, because it's part of my shamanic thing. That when I crave smoking, it's literally an offering to the spirits, and probably an ancestor riding through me wanting a cigarette too. But yeah, I wrote, yes, I enjoyed my cigar. I must buy some more actually. I haven't had any in the house for a few years. It's been years. It's 2017 since I last had a cigar. 14th of December 2016. I'm just having a little laugh because oh yeah, it was a year later, or 6 months after that I last had sex too. It's been a while, people. It's been a long time since I made love to a man that was in love with me. That's been a very long time. Very, very long. I can't even remember who was actually in love with me. David Davidson screaming in my ear. I was. No, you weren't. You were fucking half of the Brisbane community. You were not in love, boy. That was not love what you were doing with me. That is for sure. The motherfucker. But I like how from the spirit world he tries to play that he was a nice guy, right? Yeah, whatever. 14th of December 2019. It has been 6 months. It has been 6 years and 9 months since my mother Gisela died. It's taken that long. Oh, wait, didn't I read that before? I've read that before. Oh, yes, I did read it earlier. It was attached to another comment. I don't want to repeat things. I'll go crazy. Anyway, here we go. Bloody 2016. Bloody desktop won't boot up again, grr. Lucky most of my book is on a flash drive, but bloody hell, I wanted to put stuff from Facebook on it. Now can't get it to work. Can the gods let me get on with my work and life goals, please? Stop sabotaging me at every single turn. Jared suggested I try a spare monitor that I had from Peter. Lynn's husband, Peter, not the other one I mentioned earlier. Plugged that in, but it does not have monitor cords that signal between monitor and PC, so fucked again. Now no working PC or monitor. Oh well, at least it worked yesterday, albeit very slowly. I will have to buy a cord on Tuesday when I get paid. Book will happen. No, it won't. But it's up there on Facebook and Vocal Media, for which I don't get paid. It's all horseshit, isn't it? My whole life is a waste of time, people. That's why I get suicidal from time to time. It's all just fucking bollocks. I got my last $50 out of the ATM to pay my lawnmower man to Moz, roll on payday. Why is that so loud? Oh, it came out in bold print. She said because it's a short status, my friend Julie. After so many words, it goes back to normal. Damn, the one time I don't say much on Facebook and I'm screaming like a yenta. I drove to Jared to deliver the camphor box. I can now access my wardrobe in my bedroom, which needs emptying out and delivering to a friend. I also got rid of heaps of shoes, decluttering. Whee! 14th of December 2014, 3:50 a.m. Karen and I had a fantastic time dancing with Shauna, Sam, and Sarah, Becky, and Kelsey. Who the hell is Kelsey? Oh well. We were at the Elephant and Wasabi were playing. We were in so much pain after. We staggered into Macca's on our way home and struggled up my 12 steps, laughing my ass off. It was worth it. We are loving life. 14th of December 2013. I'm going to hear from him soon. Which him, I don't know, but I'm going to hear from him soon. That just popped into my brain. Sorry I do this. I had a great time at Transvaal Diamond Syndicate's album launch, rocked out and loved the vibe. I also was surprised to win the prize for Best Dressed as the theme was burlesque, so I wore my usual corset and skirt and boots, but stuck some eagle feathers in my hair clip with the rose, lol. So the mojo of the eagle feather won me 2 Transvaal CDs. Thanks, guys. I had a little bingle on my front fender in the car park building. Grr. Then I finished off my night at Irish Murphy's with Burst and all the regular dancers there. I also danced for a while at the new rejuvenated Livewire bar with Gail when she went home. Oh, but she went home around 12:30 a.m. Yeah. She was always letting me down, that cow. So I hung out with George the busker till almost 3 a.m, then drove back to the valley to pick Sarah up and bring her home. I had a lovely time, but boy, my feet... I'm being mean, but it's true. But boy, my feet hurt now. Time for a cuppa, I think. The homeless guy that hangs with George asked me how my night went. I quipped, well, darling, I had a lovely night, but if I am hanging with you and George at the end of the night, you know what that means. He said, no, what? I grinned and said, I am still single. And we both laughed till we bust a gut. I said, all good, love. I love hanging with you guys anyway. So George bought me a hot chocolate and I bummed a cigarette off the homeless guy who became obsessed with my studded boots and would not accept that Michael Hutchence is dead. So we quickly had to change the subject by telling him he was last seen in Perth with Jimi Hendrix and Ronald Biggs. Playing with homeless friends' fragile little minds, or in our case, protecting his fragile little mind before he decompensated and became unstable babies. 14th of December 2011. I had lunch in the city with my cousins today. We chatted for 2.5 hours. Then I went for a schluff. Oh yes, I read that to you earlier too. The sumptuous remark from the English guy on the internet. That I might be feasted upon. What is it about the English wanting to eat us women alive and or dead as well? It's because of my Scottish ancestry, isn't it? It's my Irish ancestry. It's my Viking Celtish ancestry. You malfeasant Anglo-Saxons have got nothing on us, big boys. 14th of December 2010. This is random, but I was just looking at my garden photos and I just love my goldfish so much. I see them and I am just filled with love and awe. I was watching the 3 of them today and they looked so happy, especially when I cooled the pond down a bit with freezer blocks. They looked like they were doing little fishy dances. Interesting but stressful day today. Got the affidavit signed, express posted. So hopefully there will be a positive action there. there wasn't. Spent the day with Gail and Talia. Well, I did get my teeth in my chariot of God, the Ein Sof, so there is that, but the torture, it wasn't worth the torture, believe me, people. It was not worth the torture I was put through. Spent the day with Gail and Talia at the West End River so Talia could play in the playground. Then we went back to her place for dinner. Talia got to see the happy fish dancing. So cool. And with that, at 31 degrees and sunny, at 3:15 p.m. on the 14th of December 2023, I bid you all adieu and adieu and adieu. And even though I went into an emotional rantantan about the last guy that was tuning me up, to you, no hard feelings, darling. Live your best life. Be with the ones that you truly love. Don't play games. It's not worth the agony and the angst. But be with the ones you love. And blessed be. And much love to you and yours. And it's almost your birthday. Not that you were going to ever include me in that. So that's all right. I realised that. That was another shadow puppet play. But happy birthday and Merry Christmas. I hold no hard feelings towards you. And be light, be love, be joy, be bliss, be contentment, be peace. Bye for now, my darlings.